All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again with a brand new trade review video. This is a very exciting video because we are not only going to be looking at one of my trades, we are going to be looking at your guys' trades as well. So we're going to look at one of mine, one from my email, one on Twitter, and then one in my private group in the Discord community, and maybe I can point out some pros and cons. But before we get into that, I just want to say Happy Easter to everybody. With Easter here, I wanted to run a special offer here for everybody during the long weekend. I'm going to be offering 90% off for anybody that was looking to join the Moneyball trading program. That gives you week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, the whole top-down analysis, the system, the ebook, the video lessons, so much more. Access to the Discord community where we have our weekly meetings on Wednesdays and Sundays going over everybody's trade reviews. Sundays is where we talk about the whole markets ahead, and then it's where I post my watch list, my trade reviews, and talk to other supply and demand traders. Strongly recommend it. If you were looking to join the program, this is the best time right now. I do not run these deals often, so if you're looking to do that, feel free to join. I would love to have you guys, and I look forward to working with you guys. So let's get into the trade reviews. Let's start with one of my trades. Let's go into my trade review tab, Austin's trade review, and let's have a look at Euro Aussie. I took Euro Swiss, but one of the guys in my Twitter posted that trade, so we're going to have a look at his trade. So one of the trades was Euro Aussie. So I start with my higher time frame. I used the 1 hour in this case. I had price coming down into this demand zone. Why did I think that this was a demand zone? Well, because clearly a lot of buyers came in relative to this time frame. I had a rally demand zone right here. Price rallied, base rally. So that was telling me, hey, a lot of buyers came in here previously. So that's telling me I want to be a buyer if and when price comes back into that higher time frame zone. What I also notice, this is more of a price action theory and kind of the analysis of the impulse move and correction, is the impulse moves was the trend was in an uptrend, and the impulse moves were averaging 150 pips to the upside, and then the correction move here was coming down to about 90 pips, and the next impulse move was 150 pips, and then the correction just made 90 pip correction coming into a demand zone. So I'm thinking, hey, I'm in an uptrend. Price just made a 90 pip correction. Previously, the impulse moves were 150 pips. The correction was 90 pips. We are now bouncing off of this momentum line. So we might have a stack of buyers coming in here. So I'm just adding to the reason about why I want to be looking for buying opportunities. But if I had to break it down, prices are coming into a demand zone where previous buyers saw good value. So prices are back down into that area. I want to be looking for buying opportunities. I went down to my lower time frame and I didn't want to just straight up buy the whole zone and say, hey, I want to buy this whole 1 hour zone. Instead, I went down into the 5 minute time frame. Let me grab this tool really quick. It's my snipping tool. And I wanted to see evidence of buyers starting to step in. I also talk about this in the free little mini course. If you haven't gone through that, I strongly recommend that you do, because I talk about a little bit of the top down analysis, but I go into a lot more detail in the private group. I wanted to see evidence of buyers starting to come in. With that, I'm going to see momentum lines being broken and opposing supply zones being removed. So I started to see supply zones being removed and downward trend lines being broken. That was like an indication saying, hey, buyers are starting to step in. So I want to be looking for buying opportunities. I saw those sellers, or sorry, those buyers stepping in. I saw the trend lines being broken. I identified this drop base rally down here that was inside the higher time frame zone. So I took the pullback. Right here is when price came back down into the zone, and I got out very small, like 0.7 to 1 risk to reward. I didn't like the profit margin in this case, so I got out pretty early on this one. But hey, winning trade is a winning trade. Can't complain about that. That was kind of the top-down analysis. Usually I like to go for a 2 to 1 or at least a 1 to 1 at the bare minimum. I was away from the charts at this time, so that's why I got out early. Let's go into one of the emails now. Now, I sent this guy a private email recording going through all his trades, and try to notice the difference between the trade reviews that I just sent you guys and I talked about. Notice how I give multiple time frame analysis. Notice how I'm explaining, hey, prices in an uptrend, prices are reacting off of higher time frame demand. I have, the impulse move and the correction on my side. I have all these things that I'm explaining to people, so if another trader looked at this chart, they could somewhat understand why I'm buying or selling. I'm giving them the information. Usually when I take a picture of a trade, I add a lot more details. But for this one, I just want to keep it bare bones. Compare it to this guy's trade that he sent me. I don't really know what's going on. Now, like I said, I made him a whole separate recording. But when somebody sends me a picture like this, even in the private group, I don't really go into it because they never provided me with information about why they bought or why they sold in a certain area. Because if I just guess about why they're buying or selling or what the top down analysis is, I could be completely wrong. And a lot of the times I am wrong because then I sit there for 5 minutes in our meetings and I'm like, okay, well, I'm guessing he's bought here for this reason. But then he comes in comments or starts talking in a live chat. He's like, no, I was doing this for this reason, or I was looking at the wrong pair, or hey, I forgot to mention the trend, or I posted the wrong pair, and then we waste 5 minutes of the meeting. So when I see a chart like this, I don't really know why he's buying or selling. There's no information that he really gave me. He says black line Monday. I don't know what a CBDR is. Just don't know what that is. But it appears to me that he sold. That's not really how we would identify a supply zone. And to me, it's kind of like he's calling the exact top in the market, saying, okay, prices are going to turn there. Why? Like he didn't tell me why he's buying or selling, right? So now let's go into this guy's trade, Rashesh. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that properly. He's a guy that messages me all the time on Twitter. He's like, hey, is this trend correct? Do I have these zones correctly identified and drawn out? Let's talk about this one because this was a trade that I also got in, and he took USD Swiss. He says, "Hi Austin, here is my trade review analysis as below." He says daily is in an uptrend reacting off of daily supply, so I could quickly confirm by that by going to USD Swiss, go to the daily time frame, scroll over to the left, and hey, he is correct. Price is inside daily rally base drop supply zone. We could drag it way over. So yes, he is correct. Prices are back up into rally-based drop supply. Let me just delete this and go back over to my Twitter. As price was in a counter trend, he looked for a confirmation setup. I agree. Price is in an uptrend on that daily time frame. He could be looking for selling opportunities, but he is in a counter trend market, so you don't want to simply just sell and hope for you're going to call the exact top in the market, you know? Number three, he went down to his time frame on the 1 hour time frame. This is it right here. He got the momentum line break, opposing zone being removed. So I'm guessing that's a system that he's using about why he's looking to buy or sell. Cool. And then five, he said he took the short marked in the red line. So if we have a look here, he took this pullback right here when price came back up into that supply zone. Now I saw the exact same thing. We will look at the picture that I took. I see that he identified saying this upward momentum line broke. I might disagree saying this demand zone is removed. I'm not 100% sure. It might be blocking a little bit, but I saw this exact same zone. But what I didn't like about it is I don't like it when my leg out candles go above and then they come down. I usually like to see a base coming from this. Like if we minus that candlestick that is shot up and came down, I like that base right here. And I tried going down to a lower time frame, but I couldn't see it. So I went down to the 30-minute and I still couldn't see it. It was a very long wick. Sure, I guess you could have, this is a different data feed. You could have just taken the wick, and that's what he did, which I do like. But based on my data feed, it didn't look like this, so I didn't take it. But instead, I took the next opportunity, which was right here. This was the next one. Price reacted off of it, dropped, created a new low in the market. We had that ability to draw downward momentum. So, you know what? I thought it was a good trade in my books. He got the winning trade. I understand his top-down analysis, right? If he was to send me another one, I could follow his top-down analysis. Compare it to this guy. He never really provided me with anything, so I don't really know why he's buying or selling. I'm not trying to rip into the guy, but I'm not going to sit here and try to think about why he's buying or selling when he didn't provide me with that information, right? But now he knows, and now you guys know as well, right? So yeah, I agree with that. Good trade. I'll show you guys the picture that I took. This was the picture right there. So let's go into the next trade, which is the Discord community. members trade review. Um, let's have a look. There was one I wanted to show you guys. He always posts good trade reviews. Euro pound Caleb. Now, really quickly before I talk about this trade review, hey, if you guys do appreciate this trade review video or any of my videos, I would appreciate it if you just hit that like button right now, subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know. You can always find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, email. That will all be in the description below. Feel free to hit up a conversation with me. I answer to all my messages. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you guys all watching these trading and traveling videos. I really do appreciate everybody watching those traveling videos. I am still in Mexico, in Puerto Vallarta right now. In fact, I am going to an all-inclusive for the Easter break for myself. So Caleb, notice how he provides me with both time frames so I don't have to go around digging for this. That's what I really like. It saves me time, which is time is money. So what I noticed, euro pound, he is saying trend is down. I agree with him on that one. And price inside demand zone, so he's looking for counter trend buys. I like the demand zone down here. Notice how he has these very strong imbalance candles. That's exactly what I want to be seeing. Oops, it's those green candles, right? Drop-based rally, price came back down into it, so he was looking for buying opportunities. He identified this 5-minute drop-based rally zone. He was telling me that there was evidence of buyers coming in. That's cool. That's great. I agree with him on that. But what I noticed is, and I commented on it, was, hey, look out for the opposing zone being in control. And that was this 1 hour zone. Price was in a downtrend, but we had 1 hour supply right here. So let's think about it for a second, guys. You are in a 1 hour downtrend. Price is reacting off of demand. Can you be looking for buying opportunities? Yes, you can. But now what price did is price rallied up, touched higher time frame supply, and now is going back down into his previously tested higher time frame demand zone. Do you think it's a good idea at buying that lower time frame zone that he previously identified? Probably not, right? Because the opposing higher time frame zone is in control. You know what I mean? So that's one of the comments that I made for him, and we talked about it in the Wednesday trade review meetings. That's exactly what we do. We go through about 10 to 25 trades that everybody posts, and I say, hey, I agree with your zone, or no, I don't agree with your higher time frame zone. That's not a tradable zone for this reason, this reason. Remember the rules that we use for a zone to be considered a tradable zone? Or, hey, I like your lower time frame zone, but this zone over here never went the proper distance move away, or it didn't remove an opposing zone, it didn't break momentum lines. There's all these different things that we use to determine a good zone over a poor zone, right? We are trying to increase our probabilities of a good trade. Understand, even the best trades lose and even the worst trades can work, right? But we are going to take a probability-based approach that a certain zone will work better than a certain zone if it has these set criterias. And that's exactly what we do in the Discord group. Every Wednesday, we go over everybody's trades, 10 to 25 trades. We go through them all, spend about 5 minutes each, talk about the pros and cons. We have an open mic so we can talk about price action theory, supply and demand, or how you manage risk, or what's my thoughts on the markets right now. We just push record. We go for an hour, hour and a half. That's usually what we do in our Wednesday meetings. And then our Sunday meetings is when we talk about the week ahead, saying, okay, hey, keep an eye out for this zone, guys. I like where price is, or hey, stay away from this zone, or this pair, this pair, this pair. But I like all these other pairs, and let's talk about these for a second. Okay, that's what the Sunday meeting is. And then throughout the week, we talk about different trading setups. People post their watch list, their trade reviews. I post my watch list, my trade reviews, and then I comment on it saying, hey, I agree with your top-down analysis, but don't do this. And that's what I recommend, having somebody that you could just quickly fall back on. And that's exactly what Terrell said. Let's hook up Terrell. Terrell is a guy that's been in the group for a while, and this is what I really like that he just sent me this message too. Best timing he could do this. He said Austin has what does he say? Austin has remained engaged with the community on a daily basis. I'm always there. You guys know I might only post my YouTube videos, once a week, and I check my social media once a day. Discord, I'm on all day. What does he say? I'm on a daily basis, available for voice chats. No problem. I talk to people all the time on voice chats. No extra cost. I don't think you should be charging people for that. That's just stupid. Private messages and just a general conversation, which is awesome. We hold meetings twice a week. where we go over the strategies, potential trade setups, and trade reviews that we have taken throughout the week. And there's also the homework stuff. Oh yeah, when you guys join, I want to make sure that you guys actually fully understand the homework. So if we actually look at the homework tab, I look at homework. Where's homework? Homework. So what the homework tab is after each video lesson, I want to make sure that you actually understand what we covered in that video lesson for week 1, week 2, and week 3. So I get you to hand in a couple pieces of homework, and then I make a recording going over it. I want to make sure that you fully understand it before you move on to the next week. Yes, that does take time out of my day, but hey, I want to make sure you guys get this. So I do spend a lot of time helping a lot of people. Um, and I'd love to have you guys join. So that is what I'm going to be offering for this Easter weekend. 90% off. It's a great deal. I don't really run these very often. It's about $350 Canadian just for this week. April 2nd to the 5th, so it's only about 3-4 day special. Love to have you guys join. If you do have any questions about anything, please don't hesitate to ask, and I look forward to working with you all. If you did appreciate this video, hit that like button, subscribe, comments, hit me up on any social media. I am there to offer my service, help, support, anything that you guys might need. All right, have a great Easter weekend, everybody. Enjoy yourself, and let's have a great month of April, baby. Let's get it. Cheers, everybody.